Howdy all, it's me. Thanks for all your suggestions on quick little things I can show you on my previous video if you haven't seen it before. Let's kick it off with the first one, shall we? So bullet holes. I got a bit of dye bond here. Just sprayed it with Auto Air Base Coat Sealer Dark, just to make it blick. First thing you want to do is mask a bit off. Bit of Ultra Mask from Art Tool. I love this stuff. I use it a lot. Okay, we're not going to need a lot. The odd bullet hole isn't going to be that big. I'm only going to show you a little bit. So we'll chop a bit of this off. Okay, so a bit of Ultra Mask. Stick it on. Let's zoom in a bit here. Okay, so get a bit of Ultra Mask or whatever masking product you're using. Try and peel it off, which takes a while. Stick that on wherever you're making your bullet hole. Smooth it down. Alright, I'm not going to do a massive bullet hole. This is just a freehand stencil you can get from loads of places. I'm just going to use this hole here. So, it doesn't need to be massive, just so I know how big I'm going. I'll just get a pen and draw around that, just so I know what sort of size I'm doing. Right, now comes some randomness. Get yourself a scalpel with a nice sharp blade. All you want to do is a little jagged pattern around the edge of that circle. The more straight and jagged you can make it, the better the effect. And you don't want to go too far away from the circle. Don't make this too big. But you do need a bit of a gap between the edge of the circle and the edge of this, because you're going to be airbrushing in this bit, which I'll show you in a minute. See that? That's what I've done. So now you've done that, keep this cut out safe, by the way, you're going to need that. Stick on there. So now you need to spray in that area with a silver. And I'm going to use Fine Aluminium Base by Auto Air. Spray that whole area silver. Okay, so you sprayed your silver. Next up, you're going to need some white. This is where the cutout comes into play. So, decide where your light source is going to be coming from. I like to go from the top left. So, you'll put this back in the position it was in, but then move it towards your light source a little bit. Only a little bit. Doesn't require much. And it didn't really. Okay, give that a little heat set, because Auto Air likes to be heat set. Quick one, doesn't require much. Now you need to add a little bit of black. But you don't want to go solid black, you just want to add a bit of a shadow. So you're going to need your little cutout again. Find where it lives, but this time you're moving away from your light source. So my light source is in the top left, So I'm going to go down and right a bit. And like I say, go gentle with this one. You don't want a solid black line, you just want a shadow really. Bingo! Right. Now I want to do the actual bullet hole itself right in the centre. So get my stencil, put it roughly in the centre of that. It doesn't have to be directly in the centre, of course. That'll do. Now flood it with wax. Like that. Not quite in the centre there, but that doesn't matter. Now you need to add a, because it's got to look like the metal is curved inwards, you need to add another shadow. So light source is in top left, so the shadow is going to need to be on this top left edge of that circle. There we go. Very lightly with that bit. I don't know if my camera will focus if I zoom right in. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Now that's done, we're going to need the white again. If you're clever, you could do this earlier when you had the white in your airbrush already, but I'm not very clever, so I do it now. Okay, now you're just going to add a slight highlight down this edge. So this stencil has all these curves and stuff that are about the same size as that circle, so you find one that will fit on that. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to be spraying the whole thing. You see that the black circle pokes out around the edges there. It doesn't matter because I'm just going to be using this centre part of the stencil. Get it in line with your light source. Again, less is more with that. You see I only did it slightly. Peel this off. And there you have a bullet hole. So keep those suggestions coming for the videos you want me to do. I'll be doing another one very, very soon. So yeah, bye.